Alright guys, it's a couple days later, and as you can see we got some snow. Um, so we're about wrapped up with this cleaning out the inside of the shop here, at least for the initial pass. Alright, first off, I want to walk down here where these fridges are and see what kind of shape that's in. They've been sitting out here probably about a week now. So I want to see if animals have drug stuff around or what the situation is. Alright, so these fridges and freezers have been sitting out here for about a week now, opened, so the stink will go away. And I'm standing right here, and I mean, it's cold weather, so it's not going to smell as bad, but I really don't smell much. So that's good. One bag looks like it's been drug out here. That looks like fish bones in there. So some sort of animals got into that. But that doesn't look too bad. Now that big one, it's a little further down here. Let's go see what it looks like. Here's our truck here also that was left here. I don't think I've talked about this truck yet. Gonna have to figure out what to do with that. Whether just scrap it or try and part it out or sell the whole thing at once. I don't know. We'll figure that out. And I guess I'll show you some of this other stuff while we're walking down here. So there's a concrete block, some styrofoam. Now this stuff, if you're not familiar with the area we live in here, it's Lake of the Ozarks, and back in the day, docks on the lake were held up with this styrofoam material, and once it got so old and waterlogged, it wouldn't hold up anymore, and its little pieces would break off and float around in the water. And so they outlawed all this stuff, and it's all encapsulated foam now. We need to get rid of this stuff somehow. I'm not sure who will even take this stuff anymore. But I mean, there's different cleanup days throughout the year, things like that. So surely we can figure out somewhere to go with it. There's a bunch of that down here. Burn barrel, and there's another pile of some other stuff scattered out over there. So anyway, here's where we put this freezer. And let's see. Actually, doesn't look like any animals have been in here messing around very much. And it really doesn't smell too bad. I'm sure it'll start stinking a little more in the warm weather though. So anyway, they can sit here a while longer, and we'll get them hauled off somewhere one of these days. Alright, so back up at the shop here, and we've completed our initial pass through here, cleaning and gathering up trash and sorting things slightly. So let me give you a little walk around of what we've done here. So first off, big pile in the middle here. Let's see, we got some aluminum cans here, batteries to be disposed of, aerosol cans to be disposed of, and propane canisters, and then various chemicals that need disposed of. And then scrap metal here, and all this big pile is trash. So from the trash pile in the middle, starting over here to this left side, there was a shop vac here, and all these attachments were just scattered all over the place. As we sorted through, we found pretty much all the attachments, and it does work. And over here, now this whole corner, all this sort of stuff in here kind of needs sorted through still. Some of it still may be trash, some of it is just scrap metal. But there's a few things scattered around in here that might be good for something that we might want to keep. But it's just too tedious to sort through it right now. So that's basically this entire corner. It's stuff like that. And move it over here. A couple of pumps, car jacks, pile of clothes, heater, chairs, rags down there, lights, and then we started trying to organize things as we were going, and then there was just so much random stuff. We basically just quit trying to organize and just piled everything that might be usable or good to sell or anything like that. We just piled it all up. And so that's basically all of this stuff is. Some of it still might be trash, but on an initial pass, it might not be trash. Books, paperwork, stuff like that. Battery charger over there. This old vintage fan. The front cover of it is off, but I did plug it in. It does work. And there's some old vintage, I don't know if they're worth anything, but electric train and some other various toys and stuff like that in those boxes we've put up there. And let's see. Oh, you'll definitely want to see this. What would you expect to find in a filing cabinet in a shop? Well, let's see what we have in drawer number, I believe it's this drawer number 3. That can speak for itself. And none of it looks to be broken. All looks to be in good shape. So, you never know what you'll find around here. Now, let's see, moving on over here. This is the first time I've been down here since we had this snow coming, and it looks like the floor is wet. So the pipe here is leaking water in. So I have to fix that. Now this wood stove, I was kind of excited about it, but when we moved it, the bottom is all rusted out, and the sides are torn up. So this one's, it's probably no good. So I have to find a different method for heat down here than that thing. The window is broken. And let's see, we didn't really do much with any of this stuff. We just kind of went through, and anything that was like empty or just totally obviously outdated and not going to be usable anymore, we put in the pile I showed you before. The vacuum here, it does run. I haven't found the canister for it yet. And then, as you can see, more scrap metal. Headlight, I'm not sure what kind of car it's to. It says GM on it. I kind of think maybe it's a Buick, but I don't know. And then there's other car parts over here that might be useful to someone if we knew what exactly they are. I mean, there's carburetors and stuff, but I don't know what kind of car they go to. And I'm not sure how I would ever find out. And then there's other various chemicals and stuff up here. Now we did have this kegerator here, and it does work. It does get cold, all of that. And it's actually not in that bad a shape. If we clean it up, I think someone will buy this thing. Now it does still stink in here. This is where that big freezer was. And we've got to just scrub all this stuff off the floor because it still stinks pretty bad. But it's bearable where it was not before. And there's a little desk over here in this corner. So that's kind of the tour of the shop as it stands. And there's still a lot to do here, as you can see. But it won't be nearly as bad once we get all this trash out of the middle. And we could actually pull a vehicle in here. So that's exciting. So we'll talk to you next time, and be sure and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'm going to go find something warm to do.